So this is it. Thank you. No, this is it. This is that which is everything being a room. And that which is everything is what's longed for. It's not to become one with that which is everything, because that doesn't happen. But that the dream of separation ends. And that's not wantable. You can't want the end of the dream of separation, because that's part of the dream of separation. So there's sort of two words I guess we can talk about there. I want to make clear. Seeking and longing or yearning. So seeking is looking for an object. It's what happens when there's that separate experience. With the separate experience comes the sense of the need, a need. It comes out of a sense of knowing and a need to find something. And in that separate experience, everything that happens, everything that's said, everything that seems to appear is separate. Everything is separate to that experience, the experience you can call it I am, a me, a self. Everything is separate to that experience. And that separation comes out of a sense of knowing and engenders a need to find something else, knowing or experience. The idea of that sense of separation is that what needs to happen is in knowing or experience, is in finding something. And then there's longing. Longing is also an effect of separation, but it's not for something. It's not for something identifiable. It's a longing for something that can't be known. So I will talk about seeking and longing, and seeking is always part of that separate experience. And longing is for something else. And longing isn't malleable. It doesn't come out of the seeker. The seeker does not long for the end of itself. It doesn't want the end of itself. It can't want the end of itself. Wanting the end of yourself is a continuation of the experience of separation. You can't want the end of it. It isn't there already. It's an illusion. And it's an illusion because all there is that which can't be known. All there is that which can't be known. All there is, this, everything that appears is that. You can call it nothing. Nothing is a very good word for it because you can't do anything with it. But in the end, you can't put any words on what this is. I mean, you can certainly call this a body, and a wall, and a chair. And for that seeker, for that separate experience, those are objects. Those are things that are separate, that are real, and objectified, and known. And that experience of those things being objectified and known is what hides the fact that they are all nothing. Nothing appearing as those things, or anything at all. Anything that appears is that. So there's no way to want what's everything already. Nor is there any possibility of finding that which is everything already. Home, use the word home, is this already. It's done. This is that. This is what's longed for. So we can talk about that, if you like.
Yeah, I've got a few questions.
Really?
Finally, I'm going to ask something.
Yeah.
After these years of silence. What I was talking to you about just outside before we started about obviously the me's interested in knowing what's going on with cause and effect, but it seems to me the meetings when I sit here and it's the most painful and difficult is when the most stuff, it feels like the most stuff got released the next day. What is it that's being released?
Who knows? Emotions.
Suppressed stuff.
Maybe, who knows?
It's me trying to work out if it was useful for that stuff to be released.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, it's not only trying to work it out, you feel it is and you want to know how well you're doing.
Yeah. Well, because you said unreleased is just, well, you didn't say just as good, I can't remember what word you used, but
Yeah.
you said unreleased is just as good, more or less.
Well, I think it's sort of clear from the introduction that this isn't about getting somewhere. The idea that there's the need or the experience of trying to get somewhere is the same misunderstood, or what do you call it? False apprehension of the me, that what we're talking about has something to do with me becoming, changing.
Yeah. So the me assumes the better I feel as a me is the closer I am to the me dying or something.
Or the worse you feel. I think in a lot of spiritual circles, suffering has a lot to do with becoming a better person.
Yeah.
There's a group of people that want to, what was it? They want to be prepared to die. You have to be prepared to die. So they stand on the edge of cliffs and things and pretend that they're ready to die to prove their readiness or availability for this. It's just the dilemma is it has nothing to do with the separate experience. It's not in relationship to anything.
So as I go to more and more of these meetings, I notice it more when I'm back home between meetings. There seems to be more freedom of the character, like less concerned, am I behaving the right way, am I doing the right thing, and there's more freedom of expression and less concern about, being inappropriate and all that. And I put that down to there's less me around. What would you say about it?
Oh, well, then it doesn't matter. Then it doesn't have value.
But the me then claims that freedom, I suppose, or like there's more freedom, and thinks, oh, this is good for me, I want to be free, but thinks it'll be free as a me.
Yeah.
So you're obviously not free as a me, or you're not free?
No. No, there's no one free. Everything is free.
Everything, including holding back and suppression.
That's why, I can't remember what we were talking about 10 minutes ago, but anyway, that there or that not there is freedom. Both of them are freedom.
Yeah, release or unrelease.
Release or unrelease. It's all freedom being that.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about, you've mentioned it before in videos I've seen. When there's a me here, another person is never seen as they are. So, obviously, what is it then that distorts the perception?
Well, knowing, need. It's all about me, so you can't see anyone else.
So if I need something from you, I'll project ideas.
Oh, it doesn't necessarily need to be needing from someone. It can be. But it also just needing to affirm your own position, prestige, or power.
And so then I relate to you as an object who can give me this reaffirmation of power or prestige.
Yeah.
And then what's missed? Just the way the character is.
Well, the character, not necessarily just the way the character, of course that's missed as well. But what's missed is there isn't anyone there. It's not a real, there's nothing real there. It's a body, it's an appearance of freedom.
Appearance of freedom. Sorry, it just feels so much like not freedom.
But that's freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom isn't the feeling. It's not about you.
So when you say it's an appearance of freedom isn't a feeling, it's not about you, that's what you just said.
Yeah. Well done.
But when you say it's an appearance of freedom, that means, in a way, no matter how this character is being, even if it's highly neurotic, it just doesn't matter because
That's right.
it's an appearance of freedom.
Totally. It doesn't matter nothing to it.
Because times, like, we've had conversations on the phone and I'm just blurting out neurosis to you for half an hour. And at the end I'm like, doesn't my neurosis disturb you? And you're like, no, not really.
No. No. But it's neither here nor there whether it does or doesn't. Because both of them would be freedom.
You being disturbed.
Yeah, or hanging up or whatever.
You don't.
I know. But
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just so everyone knows, he doesn't hang up. Just so everyone knows. Sorry.
Close.
I don't want people thinking you hang up on me, but
Oh, okay, no, I didn't.
No.
I never have.
no. Do you, well, things must disturb you, I suppose.
Yeah, well, not me, but there's agitated. This can become agitated.
Or hearing about something horrific like some of the things you talked about.
That doesn't seem to get me. My order coming late.
Okay,
After everyone else has gotten so important. The war in Ukraine, blah, blah.
But cold food.
But cold food. Or just late, so everybody has to wait or something.
Yeah. No, that's
Important thing.
Yeah. So you're just as selfish as me.
Oh, God.
You're just
Without any me, it's just pure selfish.
yeah. You're not pretending to be selfless.
So when there is agitation, like because there's nothing here to so where there is agitation for no one, it's only agitation.
Yeah.
So it just comes and goes without commenting on it.
It already does that as well. It's all that happens is the apparent coming and going. But if there's an individual, it regurgitates. It keeps it going.
Keep it going.
It gives it, and it adds the experience of it being personal.
Exactly, and that's why
It's my
scary.
agitation.
It's scary, like,
It's my story of agitation.
yeah. It's because you did this, now I'm agitated. It's, or from the past, it's like, oh, the story comes to the play. Yeah. Otherwise, it just, as long as it's just agitation, it's the complete, only agitation.
Well, even the story of agitation
It's
is
wholeness.
wholeness.
But it goes faster, like without
Does
the
it?
story. Without the story,
Really, you think? it does?
relief, I think
Yeah.
yeah, when it's only agitation, it just goes through. Yeah? No?
Well,
That's how I sometimes...
there's just what happens.
Yeah. You never answer very much.
There aren't any answers.
I know, that's probably what...
I have a question about this. When you say agitation, isn't that, I think I asked you that before and still come back to it. Isn't that a concept, you named it as agitation. Is that like a genetic feeling that comes up?
Yeah, feeling. Agitation is a feeling or emotion.
Right. But it is essentially, is there a difference between agitation and anxiety?
Yeah.
In terms of feelings?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yesterday, you said it was your sense that separation or anger is increasing. Is it your sense that anxiety?
Oh, in the appearance.
In the appearance.
Yeah.
My son has chronic debilitating anxiety. My stepdaughter's there seems to be a biological component too, genetic, which I can blame my husband on. Not that I know
It's
that.
always good to have someone to blame.
I'll say.
Yeah, does it seem to you that also chronic anxiety is
Totally.
widespread
Yeah.
nowadays, or more than before?
Yeah.
Or what's that got to do with the me? Is that,
Well, all fear
Fear.
comes out of the me.
It's just chronic fear.
And that's wholeness too. It's
Yeah, yeah.
Well, my son is not at all interested in this, and my stepdaughter is more of a holy roller.
Oh.
It hasn't helped her. It hasn't helped. It hasn't helped. So, you know, I have two extremes, but
You don't have children.
true.
There isn't anything there that has
Yeah.
any.
That is the best thing, because I always thought that's wonderful, because we were always trying to help him and fix him, and nothing worked. So
As a
it's
mother.
a very expensive program.
But you don't help them and fix. You aren't doing that.
Right, that's what I gotta remember when we're going later.
You can't remember that there's no you.
Yeah.
That would be a you.
Yeah, that's it. Well, hope some of this is sunk in.
It doesn't sink in. There's nowhere for it to sink into.
Now I know why you have no, there is no answer, like,
No.
not that I know.
I know.
There is no answer
That's right.
because everything is included, so
Yeah.
where the answer will
No, where to hang the nail?
Yeah.
Where to hang the nail?
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you, my God. This that I am not. But yeah, there are no answers, because everything is that.
Apparently.
If fear comes from me, is there no fear there?
No.
Like, you know, a bear could be right in front of you
No.
to eat
Well, there would be an explosion of sense here that's happened. They didn't come running at me,
you.
but they do come around.
Right.
And there's an explosion of sense. And then I just throw Laura in front and run. And that's fine. You don't have to be faster than the bear, you just have to be faster than the guy next to you.
So you're faster than Laura, I guess.
Yeah. Stronger too.
You practice that.
Yeah.
So that's just physiology. That's
That's what I was saying. Physiology, that's still all the, it's quite natural what
Yeah.
arises. So, you know, the survival.
Yeah.
Okay, it's an instinct, it just comes up. But that's not fear.
So it's like an adrenaline rush, but
Yeah.
it's not fear.
Yeah.
So what is fear?
Fear is the fear of loss. That's all there is, really,
Psychological.
is the fear of loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim, I was curious about something when you were talking here, and she was saying about her children and her stepdaughter with anxiety, and she said, is it connected to me? And you said, all fear is the fear of the me. And I thought you were going to stop, and then you paused and said, you don't have any children. The reason that was interesting, because it seemed to me like the response that comes is almost like based upon the energy that's of the questioner. Is that right?
Oh, totally.
Because you said before, sometimes two people will ask the same thing, and they'll get completely different answers. What was it that just brought upon, I can't use the word need, but to continue and say she didn't have children?
Who knows?
Okay.
Who cares?
I was just really curious because it didn't make sense for me for you to say that. Do you know what I mean? I thought you've answered already. You said fear is of the me. And then there was, you don't have children. That kind of surprised me, like it came out of nowhere. I know everything does.
Because it's the hook when you think you own the child. You know, you own you are a you. When you think you're a you, a person, that's the hook that causes so much anxiety. Because you are physically responsible for them when they're little.
Well, you are.
Yeah, there is a responsibility.
Well, there isn't actually.
How would you say the no-me raises children?
Well, it either does or it doesn't. I don't think they all do, actually. Some walk away. Yeah. Some bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, whoop, not mine.
Unfortunately. I don't have children, so
Well,
where does this come from?
I guess you can say feeding them happens, changing their diaper happens,
Yeah,
driving them to school.
absolutely.
happens. Yeah,
Apparently.
apparently happens.
Yeah, around the Lake Tomahawk in Black Mountain, there was 2 sets of geese that had chicks. And one of the males was like really, like you got near it and he was like, and the other one was just really didn't do much at all.
Mhm.
You could have almost walked right up to them.
Mhm.
So that, yeah, they were just
different.
Mm.
I've always thought, since I started hearing this message, that it would have been better to have had two parents where there wasn't a me in either of them, because then they wouldn't be imposing all their expectations onto me of who I've got to become, and like what I said on Friday about the control, the need for control leading to certain traumas here.
But better and worse only relates to the experience that the story is real. That there's an individual with a story, which is a complete denial of this as freedom.
What I did want to ask though is, do you think it's possible a child could grow up with just as much, if not more, traumas if both parents didn't have a sense of self?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's not relevant. This isn't about the end of me or a better experience.
So you're telling me that I'm complete with all my traumas?
Oh, of course you aren't. No, the individual is never complete with trauma. No, but everything is complete, including the experience of separation and trauma.
So, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
When you were speaking at the beginning,
Yeah.
you were saying that this is not wantable, nothing,
Yeah.
nothing not wantable. Especially when I was younger, there was sort of a desperate wanting of, I mean, I could say the end of suffering, or maybe I could say this, or I don't know. And sometimes, there's sort of degrees of that. I think at some point I sort of decided it was none of my business, and that sort of calmed it down some. So then, what am I wanting then?
A better experience.
Yeah? Okay. This thing of when you were talking yesterday about like the me maybe becoming less and less, 50% and the 25%, I was thinking about that. And with these glimpses, I think there's been like kind of a sharp drop and then back up.
Yeah.
And then over time, I mean, I don't know if I'm fooling myself, but I think there's sort of less, I don't know, reactivity or something. Less getting caught really strongly, So is that sort of a percentage going down?
Oh, it might just
over
be
time?
getting older.
I know there's that.
Yeah, there's that.
So just getting older, you might get caught less?
Yeah, I think that's generally what happens.
Yeah. I don't know. People change and not always for the better.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there can be a lessening of the me, but it's not really relevant to anything.
Yeah.
Because there is no me. Yeah. Because there is
It's not relevant because everything that appears is that.
So it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And that's what's longed for. I mean, but I'm serious, I'm not, it really is, that is where all seeking and all longing comes from, is the sense that one is separate from what's already whole. And this is that wholeness.
The appearance.
Well,
Whatever.
that which can't be said, which is appearing as a room, that which can't be named, that which is everything, that which was boundlessness, freedom.
So even the appearance and in that, and in appearance is what is, yeah? And then in what is the me and the experience. Everything is
Yeah.
wholeness.
Yeah. Everything is already there.
Already, ready, long
Already,
time, yeah,
yeah.
it's
Which makes this message so dissatisfying. Because the experience of the individual is it feels like, well, this isn't it for me.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Digging, still digging in there.
There's nothing to hang on to. Like
No.
I used to look back and things my parents did to me trauma-wise, be mad about, and then of course I got some insight later on. I thought, well, they were acting. To put it into this is their me's were acting out of fear, and now it's like, well, if there never really was a story, there's nothing to think about it. There's no interpretation.
No.
You know,
Oh, well, there can be
maybe-
interpretation.
Maybe the more compassionate was, but, oh, they were acting out of fear. Okay, that felt like a big progress, but now
Yeah, but progress for them in the story of
in the
feeling
story,
better.
but now there's no story,
No.
so there's nothing that.
Nothing
At
to
least
work
with
out.
that,
There's nothing to work out.
There's nothing to work out. That's it. Nothing to resolve. No knots to undo.
Or not.
Or not. Might need. Some people might need therapy.
So all this, it's not relevant. the story.
No, it's not relevant. There's nothing really
Nothing.
relevant.
So what am I doing?
It's not relevant.
Oh my God.
Jim, obviously like with me, at least in my case, wants to understand unconditional love because it hopes that it's a position it can arrive in.
Yeah.
When I see you answering questions, it's so clear how much love there is in the response, no matter what the response is, even if it's devastating to me or whatever, it's just so much love in it. And then I attribute that as like, but it's not personal, is it at all? It comes purely out of death. Does it?
Out of death.
Death, yeah, well, one of the first times I spoke to Tony on the phone, it might have been the very first time I spoke to Tony on the phone, I was talking to him and he's talking back and I said, it's just so clear you don't have any expectation of me, you don't care how I am. And he said, there's absolutely nothing here, only unconditional love. He said, maybe one day there'll be nothing there, only unconditional love, and I just started crying, but I stopped myself because I didn't want him to think I was weak. but it was just like, that, I know you say this is unconditional love too and everything's unconditional love, but there's nothing there but love, in loveness is there?
Yeah.
And it's just so...
That's the same there though.
No, I'm really... That's it too. A greedy me.
And that's it too.
Very greedy.
And that's it too. If it's unconditional, it's unconditional, right?
So is it me trying to find a difference? Oh,
Yeah.
when I'm like Jim?
Oh, well, something. Sort of, in some ways, it just looks for anything.
It's me adding...
Nothing to hold on to is the worst.
So me wants to keep the story going.
Well, yeah. Well, it doesn't want to keep it going. It is the story.
It is,
Yeah.
it's one.
But it wants to survive.
But if the story continues and grows and oh yeah, I can change it, I can then
Yeah.
You go to the meetings with Tony, it kept feeling every now and again like you'd crashed into a wall.
Oh,
I don't know if you still...
I don't know. Maybe.
What I was going to ask is that...
It felt like the whole thing was a wall.
The message
Yeah.
felt
It
like
just-
a wall to the meeting.
Just a wall.
yeah.
I remember in the beginning, I think I described this to him. I felt like I was very spiritual and I was doing really well. I had lots of realizations and I could stay in the now for a long time and not think.
You're
That's really,
better than
really
I
good.
am.
Lots of investment, doing really well. And I hear this, and it was like a train going like 1,000 miles an hour hitting an absolutely brick wall. That's what it was like. Yeah.
So I was going to say, is that like, in a way, like not a recognition on an intellectual level, but that there is nothing to hold on to? Because even all of that progress you thought you'd made in the spiritual stuff couldn't be held on to then?
Oh, well, there isn't anything happening. There's just, everything is already nothing. The experience that it's solid, knowable, separate, havable, is just it's just an illusion. It's just an absolute illusion. This is insubstantial.
So right now, I have an experience of being someone.
Yeah.
There's a holding on to everything I think I've achieved, like my successes, and hoping to repeat more successes in order to become fulfilled.
Well, there's just a story.
Okay.
There's a story.
Well, in my story, even though I act like a victim and cry about how awful my life is to you a lot, my story, I think I've had loads of successes.
But it's still a story.
Yeah.
There isn't a you there.
Doesn't matter if it's success or failure, it's the same
Nothing
thing.
matters.
Nothing.
No.
So we're talking about nothing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait, what?
So why do you think like the direct path is the closest, I guess, to this, if you have to compare, but those direct paths, they are teachers. Someone would say they're not teachers, but they are teachers. They don't like this message.
Oh, surprise.
And they discourage anybody from,
Yeah.
listening to
Yeah.
Tony and anybody who's come out of Tony's
Yeah.
message. Do you know why?
Yeah. Well, what they normally say is something's missing.
Mm.
Yeah, what they say is true, but there's something missing.
Yeah. And that something would be,
Nothing for me.
you mean nothing for the teacher?
Nothing, well,
For me.
in that sense, totally.
Or the I.
Totally. There's the sense that there's a me that, or an individual that can make progress. They have the sense that they found something,
Oh,
and they have the sense that they found it through some sort of activity, practice, whatever it be,
yeah.
and then they can help you find it.
So because they did it through the me, through the,
Well, they didn't do it. This could never give a practice. This could never talk to a me. There isn't one to talk to.
but they think you have to work up to that.
Well, that's what they found.
That's what they think. They found.
Well, they found something. This didn't
Yeah.
find anything. It was a total loss. It was it was a total loss, but nothing actually got lost. There wasn't anything. It was a dream. It was an illusion that there was something outside of what appears, a knowing experience of what appears. And there isn't. And teaching happens within the experience of knowing. Has to, or else what are you going to teach?
Mhm. But Rupert, I mean, when I went to see him in Tuscany, I mean, there's like 130, there's 4 interpreters in the back, and there's like, a 10-man media, sound and media people, what do they call that? The electronics, yeah,
For who?
for filming. Rupert Spira,
Oh.
he used to be my teacher.
And I think with him, you have to be brave, and you have to be committed, and you have to
Yeah.
fuck off. I mean,
Just hearing it, I'm exhausted.
I was exhausted trying to
Oh,
share
man.
it with my group.
Mm.
So you're not talking to anyone?
No,
You're talking to bodies, right?
bodies.
Okay. Why are you talking to bodies?
That is a question. There's a response. In the same way that this would run away from a bear.
Uh-huh.
There's a question and a response.
Makes sense.
Yeah. A little bit different than a bear, but
A little more relaxed.
still the same.
Depends on the question.
Maybe you can't talk to me. No, I'm just kidding.
If it gets really intense, you can throw Laura in front of us.
Ask again where she found these people. This morning what popped up in my feed was, surprise, surprise, Newman in Finland in something like 2018. And you said something and it was, oh, like, you know.
Yeah.
All possible.
That's the way it is, yeah.
Yeah. And then it was like, oh my God, wow. And I'll never forget this. This is all I need. And then I was going to text Dana, like 2 minutes later, and I couldn't remember the most important thing I heard. Even more important than Rupert.
Jim, obviously, like, for different me's, the level of control, or the need for control is different. And would you say for different me's, the assumption of how much control you have is different?
Yeah.
Because I've just realised, I know this sounds terrible, but I really feel like I'm God. And I really mean that, like I can control, like my experience of control is I can control everything. And I wonder if that's why my anxiety is so heightened, because obviously the greater the need for control is the greater the level of anxiety.
Of loss of control.
Anxiety is the fear of loss of control.
Yeah.
So if I really feel like I'm God and I've got complete influence and power over everything, no wonder I'm constantly having...
Well, stop doing that.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
No, I thought
You thought I'd say that?
No, but I just want you to agree with me that it's awful.
Oh, that is awful.
The experience of having to... Thank you, Jim.
What would you do with the power? I mean, once you get it. What is it good for?
Over other means.
That's right. Having it all powerful so much.
So there's no skill in what you do. You didn't learn skills to do. Is your message pretty much the same now? It seems like pretty much the same now as it was like listening to you on YouTube like years ago. So you didn't, there was no improvement or...
I mean...
There's creativity, right?
There has been, well, this is creativity.
Yeah.
But this is creativity.
Yeah.
Like that's...
Yeah.
If you know the chair, it's a bit boring. They're not really great chairs in that sense aesthetically. But if you don't know what a chair is, that's pretty amazing. Yeah. But words have dropped. There's words that have dropped, and other words that are used more. Yeah, well, helpful, but less. To put it this way, less misleading.
Yeah.
Certain words, they are. Certain words that used to create emotional reactions, and it just wasn't, this was not what this is about. Emotional reactions.
I know Tony said he doesn't use beloved anymore.
He does.
He still
does? But I heard him say, I don't use it very much anymore. Because he said, because of reactions.
Yeah, that's right.
They would think it was a thing.
Yeah,
but not
totally.
human.
That's
or
right,
something.
yeah. I literally can't say what this is. Can't tell you.
So
it's everything. It's this. But as long as there's someone looking for it, it's lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you what it is.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because, I'm always or have a habit of looking for a group where I fit in, and I never do, but it was Zooming. There was one, you know, I guess I would fit in broadly in Advaita Vedanta, but there's one Vedanta center in Atlanta, and I Zoom with them some, but then they get into all the devotional and the worshiping, what's his name?
Maharshi?
No, Krishnamurti's teacher. I can't think of his name, but his wife too. She's holy, a holy mother.
Holy?
Holy Mother was his wife. He's the who's the one that
Sri
brought
Aurobindo? No.
who's the one that brought Hinduism to America? Krishna.
Oh, what was his name?
Krishnamurti?
No.
Anyway, his teacher. There's a big following in India, a big sect in India, and that's what this Vedanta society was. But there's so much to the worshiping part, and I said, you know, my tradition is more Rupert Spira, more Advaita, pure Advaita. And he goes, well, I've been around those people, and they don't really behave very well.
Well, that's true.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Was it Ramakrishna? Ramakrishna?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramakrishna. So the big, it's a sect, a Vedanta sect. Because
Yeah.
Vedanta has many subsects. There's so many subsects.
Jim, you know when you were saying, I can't tell you what this is?
Yeah.
But you don't have any desire to tell us what it is either, do you?
Well, yes and no. So desire to tell. There's no desire to fix anything or change anything. But when the question comes up, what is this? There's nothing to say about that.
But you would like to tell us.
Oh, I don't know, would like to. But when there's the question, then there's the response of I can't tell you what this is.
You quoted that thing once on YouTube of Jesus saying, like, you know, if only you could taste whatever it was, my flesh or my blood.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you feel like?
Yeah, well, he sounds a lot more like he's interested in somebody getting it.
Is this he, Jesus?
Jesus said, if there's a passage, it's somewhere in John, I think. It's where communion comes from, and it's so distorted, it's so weird. Because when you read it, you can hear him like, well, I did anyway, this is the way it seemed to me, that he was quite inflamed by what he was talking about. And he says, if you could just taste my flesh, if you could just drink my blood, you would know it, because he's full of it. You know, he's full of the aliveness or of this. And he's saying, if you could just, because he can't tell you what it is. And then they make communion.
But the fact that he's inflamed would imply there's someone there who wants to tell
Oh,
something.
not at all. No, I think it's just passion.
Oh, so he just... right.
It's just passion.
Well, the Buddha, when he had his enlightenment, you know, he said that...
He was enlightened?
Well, whatever happened to him, he had experience, you know. And he always said he never saw...
Threw him under the bus quickly,
Right.
didn't
He said, you know, he did not see a personal God, so that's where it split from Hinduism.
Yeah.
It's separated by it. But then he proceeded to give all these steps to all
Did he?
these other people.
Did he?
Well, that's the teaching.
Right, that is the teaching,
Teachings.
isn't it? Yeah.
He started
But where'd they come from?
in the woods.
Somebody wrote them down.
Yeah.
And
A
then-
few years after he was dead, right?
Right.
Kind of like Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. But he seemed to think he could teach people apparently, or
According to the-
attracted,
according to the
their
religion.
teaching.
Yeah.
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 Who knows what he really
Who knows?
Yeah. And then it even got weirder because he said he never saw a personal God, supposedly. But then some parts of some sects, you know, develop the heavens and the hell realms and heaven realms, and it just flourishes and flourishes.
Kind of like science.
Yeah. Just,
message is. The whole message is saying nothing matters.
Well, no, that's a consequence of everything being that already.
Nothing matters because this is already it.
That's right. Because everything is that. Nothing, see, because everything is already that. Nothing
Which is longed for.
Nothing actually happens. It only appears that. Nothing actually changes. It only appears to change.
As soon as you start saying those things, I go back into my head and remember a glimpse. I'm like, yeah, he's right. It was like that. But the thing that threatens me about nothing matters is because you're saying, well, like we said earlier, all the being a me with trauma and all the rest of it doesn't matter and this and that. It cuts off any road to any possibility.
Oh, totally. There isn't a possibility. Yeah.
Possibilities are all just dreams.
Yeah.
That I'm going to become this or that or the other thing.
That's right.
And that this is all paying off and leading somewhere in my efforts to
Well,
achieve some
the dream of that, because things do seem to happen, the dream of that is that you're doing it or that you're a part of it.
and that I'm reaping benefits if I feel there's a
Well,
benefit.
there might be benefits, but that you're reaping them, that there's a you having the experience. That's the dream. Things do apparently change.
Because I've said it to you before, I think on the phone I can't express enough gratitude for like these meetings. It's just, well, I can't say I can't say the gratitude into words, but I'm so thankful that this exists, even. But then I suppose the only illusion is to me thinking it's all about me getting something.
I don't know that that's where that gratitude comes
No,
from.
I don't think it is.
Going back to the question and answer, when we ask a question or I ask a question, there's an answer that's automatic or comes out automatically. You know, from this perspective, it's a me talking to do you have a completely different perspective from there? There's just oneness talking to itself, or
Absolutely.
I mean, do you see a me asking you a question?
Oh, well, there isn't a me, but there's a recognition that there's an experiencer over there. There's some question arising from, you know, the misinterpretation, it's not quite right, of what this is.
And it doesn't bother you, it just comes out.
Well, there isn't anyone here to be bothered.
Right.
But being bothered can happen. It doesn't seem to happen in these meetings.
So we're talking to ourselves, actually.
Absolutely, it's nothing talking to nothing.
I mean, I'm the one that brings out the answer if I ask a question.
Well, you don't ask, but yeah, exactly. The question
I
brings
mean,
us an answer.
yeah.
Yeah. And the introduction is sort of the sense is that there's an unasked question of what is this? That's what the meeting is about, and so that's where that comes from.
Mysterious.
For the me, it is a mystery.
The appearance for me in my life seems to be like a peeling away.
Well, for the appearance to an individual is real,
Yeah,
and so it's a process.
like by the time I was 13, I was like done with Baptist. And then it was Buddhism, and then I tried Tibetan, and that was the worst because it was
What was the
like
worst?
Tibetan Buddhism.
Oh.
That was the chanting for an hour, you know, at a time. Your jaw was sore. And the altar, we had all these cakes and
You do realize you're
candies.
telling me a story.
Yeah.
Yes, I do, it's a
Right.
story, so, but the point.
And there is no story.
Okay, but it's
The story is a
interesting.
dream.
Oh, this is interesting.
Is it?
I think it's
Because then it was Zen, and even that wasn't clean enough, and now it's this. I don't know what's gonna happen next.
Nothing ever happened.
Poof up, I'll just poof.
Yeah.
But the story's interesting.
Yeah, is it?
Okay. you think it's a distraction to interpret the story?
Stories are interesting,
Yeah.
but the experience that I have a story that's leading somewhere
Oh,
is the dream of me
Again.
trying to find something.
even though I said this is an appearance, you still like.
But for the
it's a
me,
story.
there isn't the appearance is a solid, fixed, separate
Ideas,
reality.
set of ideas.
That it's not a set of ideas. That is going somewhere. That needs to go somewhere.
No, I don't feel like it.
Because this isn't it.
I feel like I'm just observing, I'm reflecting, you know, on this, but that's still an illusion, you think?
Well, you doing anything is an illusion.
See, there it is. That's why I had to take down my Facebook page, because it was called The Meaningful Dream.
Oh, that makes sense. Totally true. The dream is meaningful. That's
True, that's
Yeah.
true,
right on target.
that's true, but
This has no meaning, though.
I guess I was done with that.
Yeah.
Jim, I don't know if you can say this any more than what's already been said. Like you said, obviously when the me drops, there's a relaxation in the body and this and that. But the me is kind of like an energy of movement and intention into what's next. It's always projecting itself forward. Well, I suppose the question I want to ask is, what shift happens in the body when that energy drops out? But I don't know if you can
It's
say
a relaxation.
Yeah, I suppose you couldn't say anything more, could you?
Not really, no.
But it's not an experienced
It's a
relaxation.
melting of that need experience.
Because you said, when I said, oh, it sounds great and that, and you always say, no one's aware of it.
That's right.
So it's not like a reflect.
Well,
'cause
not only is no one aware of it, but it never really happened.
What didn't happen?
The end of me.
No, but the
I mean-
physiological changes.
A me, yeah, but there's nothing really happening. It's only the dream of me where something's really happening.
I suppose because obviously the me knows experiences of relaxation when it felt like it was just totally.
And this has nothing to do with it.
That's what I was, yeah. Because that is just not reflected in any way, is it?
No.
And I suppose when the me energy drops there, it falls out of everything.
That's right.
So everything's relaxed, it's not localized just to that body.
Well, of course it does feel.
Oh,
It is sensed in the body, just in the same way as no one experiences the reality of me that's in everything. That's never an experience. So it doesn't drop out of them.
well,
But it's obviously, what revealed is that everything is empty.
yeah. And it's not going somewhere.
No. Well,
So-
there's no me, there's nowhere to go. Excuse me.
No, but even, I mean, the whole of the appearances are moving into something else, not just...
Oh, well, apparently, there's an apparent movement.
But you said this doesn't move, what is doesn't move.
No, what is as that doesn't move. Everything only appears to move. That doesn't change.
So when you say that, or you used to say this, but now you say that.
But this is that.
Okay.
This is the appearance and that is what appears.
So no, but it seems to me like the appearance is something separate from that.
Oh, I know, for the me it is. For the me, there's a nothing that becomes something. There's a that becomes this. Yeah.
You're calling it, well, not all one, but there's just no separation. Well, yeah.
There's no separation because everything that appears is that which can't be named. And that which can't be named doesn't become this. It's like this is that. It's like, just like this.
I don't know why that touches me. It's logically
It's
just
powerful shit, man.
I think it's the way you looked in my eyes when you said it.
Oh, right.
It really hit. Like
Yeah.
This is aliveness.
Yeah.
Full aliveness.
Yeah.
Anything out of the stories, it's all kind of death.
That's
yeah.
alive.
This is aliveness.
Yeah.
It's immediate.
No, you're talking about now. Because the story is aliveness appearing as a story. The me is aliveness being
So
the me.
everything is alive.
Everything is aliveness.
Just appearing as a story.
The experience of what appears as a separate individual makes it seem dead.
They can see.
Yeah.
But it's
Solid.
not that, yes.
No, it's not. That's aliveness appearing dead.
So there's nothing actually dead?
Well, in that sense, there's nothing actual in any sense of the word dead. Only apparent. But there are definitely apparent dead bodies.
Yeah, that's what I
Noticed.
wanted to ask.
Did you?
But that's still apparent, yeah.
Yeah, it's just apparent.
Okay. I just want to make sure that the dead body is apparent.
Yeah, it's apparent.
What is it?
But they're aliveness too?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'm using the word aliveness as a synonym for that which can't be said.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I think the reason the abbot of the Vedanta Society of Atlanta said, those non-dualists, those whatever, that they don't behave well. I think it's because this idea that the seeker also needs someone to be devoted to some good people, or else left to their own, they're gonna
Yeah, because it
run
matters.
amok. They're gonna
Because it
run
matters.
amok.
Because being free or whatever state he's reached is important. It matters. It has value.
Behaving has value.
Yeah,
Behaving
obviously. Well, and being like him has value. And you can only be like him if you behave.
If I
So that has
Brahma,
so that
Krishna,
has value.
yeah. But
Yeah.
it got a little fear in me that
Oh.
this message is too wild. too
Yeah,
free.
it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Run if you can.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't feel like.
Oh no,
Like, run away from my husband.
Oh,
I don't feel like that. I don't feel like I'm gonna,
No.
start a fight.
Just wait till next weekend.
Yeah.
This is level 1. By level 3, you've given me your house and your
Well, it doesn't matter, so.
That's right. That's what we start with.
Jim, this is a specific question. Sometimes when there is a feeling of an opening, there's like a pressure around my head, around here.
Yeah. Well, there's probably a contraction there. I mean, with you in particular, there's obviously a lot of concentration on thinking, on working things out. And so I can totally understand that if there's an opening, that's felt then there. I get that.
Do you think it's felt more when there's an opening because the me's trying to resist the opening?
I don't know that that's what that is, but if you work a muscle a lot in a way,
Yeah.
and
Right,
there's
okay.
an opening, then it's just not flexible.
That's interesting.
Yeah, my partner who came the Friday night, she said she got a real headache from. She credits you with that.
Everybody blames him for everything. It's all right.
You and Tom.
I've never been put in the same basket as him. But
Oh, I'm so sorry.
that's all right.
Yeah, and then last night she was having dreams of dying. And she credited you with, well, not, yeah.
It really is
for
a
coming
powerful message. It is. It's very
Yeah.
powerful. If there's an openness, it can go quite deep.
Well, that's a bit like you seeing Tony as the devil, isn't it?
Yeah.
You kind of maybe felt he was responsible for your fear or terror. I don't know.
No, I explained it away, but so what he's talking about is there was, when I first met Tony, there was quite a shift, and that felt like I had to make a decision of whether I wanted to stay or not. And it was disturbing, the whole thing. And he suddenly appeared in front of me like a vision. I mean, no, it sounds crazy, but... And he was the devil.
I can see him in a devil costume.
No costume. No, it was the devil.
What did Tony say when sorry.
And that's what the message is, really. It's, to the me, what we're talking about is evil. It's the end of everything that the me holds dear. It's the end of it. Can't get any more devilish than that.
What did Tony
God's door's open.
What did Tony say?
We're in a church.
What did...
Oh yeah.
I can tell you what Tony said in the church. I think I did tell you, didn't I? In Amsterdam, we were in a church. It doesn't matter. Anyway, what did Tony say when you told him you saw him as the devil, or does he not know?
Oh, indeed, I'm sure you know that. I can't remember.
You probably
Probably
know
laughed.
that giggle.
Probably said, yeah, well, now you've seen me for real. Well, true too, right?
Yeah, it's the end of all knowledge.
Well, it's not, I don't know, I wouldn't say it that way. But it's the end of all the value, what the individual holds dear as far as progress, especially if you're spiritual. Being a good person, the meaning and purpose of life. I mean, you just hear it everywhere. People are fully into meaning and purpose. And agency, the sense of responsibility of the person being responsible for doing. This just points out that that entire experience is an illusion.
The things that me holds from the past and, shine and, I accomplished this, it's not
Yeah,
proof.
yeah.
Thank God.
Well, some people instinctively know how to manipulate the needs, like Trump, Many people are upset about the changing demographics in this country, and to them that means changing culture and what their needs are comfortable with. And some people just instinctively know how to go in there and exploit the fear. Very interesting show to watch.
And that's still unconditional love.
Yeah.
Appearing as that.
It's, yeah. There's no question. It's just that. That is the substance of everything.
Because in that unconditional love, anything can appear, yeah?
Well, in the sense that this is anything.
Yeah,
And it's not in unconditional love.
okay.
It is unconditional.
Okay, what appears it's unconditional.
It is
so it's not
unconditional.
that in,
No, it's not
okay.
in.
Okay. Because there is unconditional freedom, yeah.
Not because.
Not because, but everything is unconditional freedom.
Everything is unconditionally free, unconditional love, and that which can't be said. All of those are synonymous in every way.
Yeah. Wow.
There's something that I was thinking about that struck me the other day that you told me a while back. I don't know if I can bring it up now, but I'll say it, and you can edit it out, I suppose, if you don't want it in. You said, this was a long time ago we were talking, I think it was when you first moved back to the States, you'd first done a meeting in the States for the first time in a long time, And you said there was so much laughter in the meeting that 2 people wet themselves. Like they actually peed themselves. And at first I thought you meant, oh, we laughed so much we peed ourselves. I was like, that's an expression you could use. And then it was this week I thought, oh, he actually meant they did.
I don't remember that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
And what I wanted to ask was, do you think it's because as the energy relaxes, there was a loss of control?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Laughter is awesome, isn't it?
Not if you pee yourself.
Do you not have a washing machine? That's what I do when I
Well, it was probably women, so you don't have to worry.
Well, maybe not.
So you think it is like this, when there's a relaxation, in a way there was like a loss of control?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Laughter is just
Laughter made there.
But why do we find this funny?
I think it's I think there's a few things that come up. I think it's a relief.
Yeah.
It's a relief to hear.
Yeah.
Because as far as I'm concerned, everybody knows what we're talking about because it is so obvious. I understand that the individual will say, well, it's so obvious, why don't I see it, and all this, and blah, blah, blah. But it's so obvious. And there's something about what's so obvious being acknowledged that I think there's a real relief in that. And I think it also makes people really nervous or uncomfortable. And laughter is a way to deal with that. Because the message is it's no holds barred.
Yeah, I find that I go from this, it's just a roller coaster of like really being so happy I found this message to wishing I'd never heard it.
Too late.
There's not a vaccination of it.
Once you're infected, it's done.
Yeah, and I've been noticing a lot how I'm never satisfied where I am. And I'm actually feeling that a lot less in this moment now. Like even yesterday in the meeting, I could feel like, oh, I want to go get something to eat. Maybe, and I haven't drank in years, but like
Last night looked like a good idea.
Yeah. And after also like when I saw you up in New York, like after Saturday night, I was like, maybe I'll go get a drink. It doesn't matter. And I didn't. I mean, for whatever. That's irrelevant. But yeah, that's interesting. The interesting thing was just noticing like how I'm never sad. I'm always like it's this next thing. It's always. And I know that even recognizing that that's just still this, and it's not like, oh, now I'm getting somewhere or not. That's. But I do find that I feel a lot more comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and feel a lot less need to change how I feel.
Yeah.
And but I find it was challenging is like being around people who see, insecurity and this and that and the other as a sign that something's wrong. It's like it needs to be fixed.
Totally.
It's hard, yeah.
Spiritual people also awful.
Yeah, and that's all my friends. They're all those spiritual people.
They're always trying to make things better.
Yes.
You have to be present or,
like, what's wrong, Chris? What's wrong? Yeah, like that.
It's interesting what you're saying about the drinking thing, because obviously I haven't drank for a long time too. And I have that the night before the first meeting where I want to go out and get plastered. And I think, and I haven't either, but what it is for me is, it's harder and harder to cover over that sense of unfulfillment. And it's almost like more and more, obviously nothing ever did work to resolve it, but...
Temporarily it does.
Yeah.
a better experience
Yeah.
satisfies temporarily, and most people are satisfied with them. Most in the world are happy with success and failure, getting and losing.
But I think with this, it's harder and harder to distract from it, the sense of unfulfillment.
Yeah, and harder to do anything that is going to, like, oh, I'll just go have a drink, or I'll just smoke some weed, or...
So God forbid this ever becomes a religion.
It already has.
What?
Yeah, go on YouTube and look up non-duality.
Oh yeah, there's tons of,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. I don't like
Who
that.
cares? Yeah. What difference does it make?
That's too.
Huh?
Because it would lose the freedom.
It would not. It's freedom appearing as a religion.
Yeah.
Talking about funny, when I first had a glimpse of that, it's like the me thought all of a sudden appeared, and it's like somebody said, joke. Hey, this is a joke, I didn't, roll laughing, but I had a little smile. Hey, like, gotcha. See, that's the me just appeared, and it's like, played a joke on me. So that was really and in fact, I mean, maybe the egos of the Trumps and whatever, it's just a joke
Oh yeah, totally.
being played on them.
Totally.
And it's almost like an invitation. Hey, look, hey, what are you doing? This is it. I'm it too. I'm this too. And that was a real insight. The myth, I'll say, I'm this. It's a joker. But the problem is, a little later on, the me came out really strong. And I could see it, oh my God, but what is this? Yeah. But it didn't last that long.
So if a person, they saw, or they realized that the me is an appearance and that it never happened, but they're an alcoholic. I'm looking at those 12 steps. Number 7 is humbly ask him to remove our shortcomings. How does a person who has no me or knows that there's no object out there, how would they overcome addiction like that?
Why would they want to?
Yeah.
They just want to be an alcoholic?
There's just drinking.
And you can just follow it and know.
Yeah.
Or not.
You can try for 20 years to quit smoking cigarettes. It doesn't work. Someday it just stops happening.
Isn't it a sort of seeking? Drinking?
Drinking? Oh, definitely can be, yeah. All of addictions can be some sort of seeking.
Religion?
Yeah, yeah.
They're equivalent, drinking and religion.
I think a lot of people do both. A lot of people do both, religion and drinking.
The Catholics.
Yeah, well, yeah. There were lots of them in my family. The thing that really struck me, I was thinking about it last night, this morning, and I couldn't get it out of my head. You said it yesterday, nothing has that body. I don't know why, but I just couldn't let go of it, because I suppose it's because I think there's something here that owns this body, and when you're saying nothing has that body, it's kind of like, no, something does. You do have that body.
Sir, you're mistaken.
So that was the most uncomfortable thing you've said so far.
You said yesterday that doesn't make sense. You said yesterday that doesn't make sense.
After you said it, that was my response.
Yeah.
It's just too uncomfortable.
What did he say?
He said nothing has that body, like nothing owns it,
Yeah.
and that's just yeah.
Or anybody here.
Yeah.
It's just bodies.
Well, that's something, Jim.
What's that?
The body, I mean, yeah, there is no me that possesses the body. I mean, the body just, but at the same time, it's the one that's reporting everything.
Yeah.
Even there, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yep, the mechanism. Yep, the function. There's a brain,
Right.
sees and hears and everything.
Right, but it's reporting to no one.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's.
It's not that important.
Yeah, I know it's not.
It's
I
just,
can't understand, but
just what seems to happen.
I know, I mean, I get the idea, but I can't understand.
no, I don't understand it.
I think the thing is as well, because a lot of, well, I can only talk about my experience, but it seems like a lot of the me's work is looking at, or it thinks it's looking after the body. Even monitoring thoughts and feelings is about the body.
Yeah.
So,
the sense of me is in being inside the body.
yeah, so the body's so precious to
Yeah.
me, like, I mean, I told you,
Well, it has to do with survival.
the me can't survive if the body doesn't survive.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the first video I watched of you where you're saying you've been interviewed by Alan Steinfeld, and you said the body is the same thing as the curtain, and that was the first time I heard this message. And I was like, what the fuck is he on about? Like, how can you say it's like, because instantly it's recognised you're calling the body valueless to compare it to a curtain. You can replace a curtain easily, but I'm like, no, the body's special, like, you know, that was how I felt. And I know this comes up so much in these kind of meetings where people assume if I'm not there, who's going to take care of things, who's going to look after the body?
Yeah.
And it's the arrogance that no one ever did.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's a huge fear that, things won't be okay if I'm not looking after them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like what you said to me yesterday before the meeting. I said, will I be healthier if the knee drops come, I stop binge eating? And you said you might start smoking.
Yeah.
And I laughed about it then, but...
Should I have a cigarette in the...
You got some?
I don't.
You got some?
Not
It's scary. Sorry, it's just really scary
Yeah.
to think that. Yeah.
In another month, we'll all be coming here for.
No, there's a meeting right after we end.
Just stay seated.
We'll just stay for it.
You can change. We are spirit, we are powerless over me.
Yeah.
Wisdom steps for me. So the me is the knowing, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's why, like, you hearing things. It's need to know.
Yeah.
It cannot live without knowing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it isn't alive, but its only reality is knowing it is.
So when there is a knowing,
So it just has to
It
confirm, constantly confirm its knowing that it is.
that it is, that is alive. Without knowing,
There's no me.
there is no me.
Well, in that sense, the knowing and me are the same.
Yes,
But I think knowing is a little misleading because there's still knowing how to drive a car.
that I physically
And
get.
there's the knowing of this is a chair. And
Yeah,
that coming
it's
up the
made of
wall.
metal.
All that sort
Yeah,
of
that-
stuff happens.
that
But
I-
there isn't anyone that knows that. That just comes up. That's just.
It just comes up, but it's not important, not.
Yeah. But there isn't a second instance of knowing that.
But to know.
Or even knowing if it's true or not.
Basically.
Yeah.
But the knowing that I exist, yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's the illusion.
That's the knowing, the knowing that I exist.
So you're
I
not,
remember you, I'm sorry.
no,
I remember you said, I don't know, and this may have sounds already, that there is I am, the I, it's not am, or they are two separate.
Yeah.
What, how did you
There's no I to be am.
to be am? That's kind of like, wow, I like finding somebody separate those two, because I am is like a one thing to the,
let's say that
but it's
again.
like,
There's no I.
To be
to
am.
be,
To be
am,
am.
to be am.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's no I am.
Yeah.
But we always, in
See?
non-dual
Like-
teachings, we always start from that point.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And then go try to trace our
Oh, go
steps
back,
backwards.
yeah.
to the
Before the I
prior,
am, the
prior.
awareness.
So we're not going to have any exercises or guided meditation.
Well, we do gymnastics in the second half.
I mean, like feel the wall.
In the break,
Know
in the
that
break.
it's. You know,
There is no wall. There is no wall.
Let's try it. So there is no I. And then you said too, I remember that the me wants to know that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Right? And that's probably the biggest problem
No,
for, you
no.
know, it's like, you don't want to know what's happening.
No, the biggest problem, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
there isn't a me.
You said before the biggest problem for me is that there is no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Is it the same thing?
And
Yeah.
there is no me.
So the me is the problem. The
There
experience
is
of the me.
no
Is the experience.
Apparently.
Yeah.
What?
Apparently.
Apparently.
Seems like.
You know when you say like the me is that thing, when it goes it's just like a wisp of smoke.
Yeah.
That's impossible to get from the me, like it feels like so dense. That's why I always ask you, are there more layers going
But that
on?
dense is just also that much.
It's just completely insubstantial like a house of cards.
But this is too. It's the same as anything else.
You mean this is all like a wisp of smoke?
Yeah.
That could go like a house of cards?
Yeah. And for the me, it feels like it knows that it's happening. When there isn't a me, there isn't anyone to know that it's happening. It just seems to be.
And so if it all just went like a wisp of smoke, it never went because it wasn't there?
It's just what is.
What is that smoke keep on hanging around?
I wonder that myself. I'm starting to doubt my ability.
We're in ash.
I mean, you guys could just be a little dense, actually. It might not be
I think that's likely.
me.
That's why we're the only ones that pay.
I am.
That's right.
So when you don't know what, like for example, this you mentioned before that when there is me, no, it's a chair. When there is no me, this is just amazing, something.
Well, amazing.
Not
Very
amazing.
much, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's unknown.
Yeah.
It's unknown.
Well, it's not unknown, that's a chair.
No, I
But it's
understand.
obviously nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's empty.
That's obvious to you.
It's so obvious.
Because it's real and unreal at the
Yeah,
same time.
that's right.
It's like,
It's that. This is that which can't be known. Yeah.
You know when you were saying
Sharing.
yeah, cherry.
It's
Cherry,
sharing.
no, not cherry.
It's, yeah.
You know when you were saying different words can create different emotional reactions? It doesn't always happen, but it happened then, and it happens sometimes when you say nothing. I have to stop myself vomiting. Really?
But that's not what I mean. So there were other words I used like chaos or anarchy. Was one of my
that's
favorite
not what-
ones. And those were unnecessary. Freedom is really what I was talking about.
I know what you mean,
There's no
but
need
it's
for
just it hit me that that word nothing triggers, like, it's
Yeah.
been a few times I'm holding it down.
Mm.
Weird, isn't it?
You want a bucket?
No, I always have sick bags on me. But no, it's just weird how, like, just a word
Yeah.
can trigger that kind of a reaction.
Yeah.
As if, like you said, it's already known what this is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Actually, scientists don't know what matter is.
No.
They never do. I mean, right now they're into string theory.
Yeah.
It's a theory.
Oh, I thought they'd gotten rid of string theory.
Or maybe they,
No, no,
yeah,
no.
well, they got another theory. But
Because
essentially,
something else.
what is it?
Neo string.
Nothing. Actually, it's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's different.
But it
That's
is
someone that
supported.
doesn't know.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and this is
But it's amazing that, enlightened people actually see that, and scientists don't.
no such thing as an enlightened person.
You know,
Don't know that I do.
What?
I don't know that I do.
You're too modest.
That.
Oh, right. All right. Yep. What about it?
I mean, it's just amazing that knows that that's nothing.
It doesn't.
Or, okay. How would you put it?
There's no one to know.
Well, no, but
There's
you
no
see,
one, I guess you can say there's no one to know it's something. It's immediate.
Jim, you've got a very dry sense of humour, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's taken me 3.5 years to get
Because a lot of people think I'm serious a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I know.
there were a number of phone calls where you kept going, you can't tell when I'm joking.
No.
But I've realised it's because your sense of humour is so dry, it seems like you're being serious.
Yeah.
It's almost British.
Oh, he can't even catch it.
I think British is more sarcasm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not very sarcastic.
No, not at all. You're very deadpan. You're very deadpan.
takes a lot of energy to not be judgmental, you know.
Oh.
That's
why
I mean, to me it does. To not be, yeah, like you're in a group and you got some psychic over there telling everybody, you know, and you want to blurt out, you know. You're just trying to not react, you know, in a negative way. That takes a lot of energy. You know, there's some channeler, you know, the me tends to not like stuff like that. It takes a lot of energy to behave.
Well, you call it a straight jacket, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You said for you there was a lot of sorting out right and wrong behaviours.
Oh, spiritual. Spiritual's all about right and wrong behaviors.
Yeah.
I mean, the me has that anyway, but in spirituality, it's on turbocharged because it's about something really, really important, and it's about being enlightened.
So, do you remember, like, I think you said you'd suppressed anger for a long time.
Yeah.
That was a thing you weren't allowed to feel. Do you remember when the anger first came up?
Yeah.
Was it during meetings like this?
No. No, it was like, there's only actually one instance that just is still there. And I had friends over for breakfast. There are friends in
What was it that triggered the anger?
What triggered the anger? Nothing.
Oh, your friends came over for breakfast and
They might have spent the night, but nothing triggered the anger.
it just came
during
the breakfast. It wasn't directed at them.
Actually, it wasn't at all directed at them. I just decided that Led Zeppelin 4 was the thing to play as loud as the speakers would go at about 7:30 in the morning. I just thought that's what they did, so that we couldn't talk anymore. It's a good album.
That's what tends to happen though when you suppress and control something so much, it explodes out when it's finally like, can't be suppressed it.
Or you get cancer. Well, not necessarily, but you know, I think a lot of sickness comes out of that.
It comes out in physical
experience.
Do you think suppressed emotions, oh well, I suppose, well I'm asking this, it's obviously you're going to say yes, but suppressed emotions can come out physically?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's, oh right, okay, no, it makes sense. Totally.
What's that? Oh, I thought we'd sit through.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's have a break. Yeah, there's coffee and cookies.
How long do you want?
About 45 minutes.